In this video, we'll look at how to use the shape builder tool in Affinity. So the shape builder tool in Affinity is a lot like the one that we used in Illustrator. However, there's a subtle difference. So before using the shape builder tool, first of all, let's create a shape. So to access a shape, let's navigate to our toolbar and select the ellipse tool. After that, click on your canvas and drag. You can hold down the shift key to create a perfect ellipse like this. After the ellipse tool is created, let's select our move tool and then align the ellipse right to the center of the canvas like so. After aligning the ellipse to the center of the canvas, next let's navigate up to the cog icon by selecting the ellipse and click on the cog icon. Here you can see that we have something called Enable Transform Origin. Click on Enable Transform Origin. Now you can see that the anchor point for the ellipse is active. Click on the anchor point and then set the anchor point below our ellipse and at the center of the canvas. The next step is to change the blend mode of the ellipse so that the shapes that overlap the other ellipse is clearly visible. So let's navigate to our blend mode and click on multiply by selecting the ellipse. After changing the blend mode to multiply, next let's hit the return key if you're using the Mac and hit the enter key if you're using the Windows, and you'll be able to see this particular move duplicate box. So the move duplicate box is similar to the transform box that we see in Illustrator. So now, first of all, let's turn on duplicate because we are going to create multiple duplicates of the ellipse shape right here. Let's create the number of copies to 12. And then next, we have other properties and we'll be including or adding a value of rotation. So let's give the value of rotation to 30 degrees. And now you can see that we have different copies of ellipse shape created and rotated around this particular anchor point. After we are satisfied with these copies, click on OK. And now let's select all the copies of ellipse shape and then access the shape builder tool by clicking on this particular tool right here and then navigating up and clicking on shape builder tool. So you can also use the shortcut key of S to select the shape builder tool. Now after selecting the shape builder tool, you'll be noticing that all the shapes are outlined with blue, which means that now we can edit the shape. So before creating any new shape with the shape builder tool, first of all, let's look into different settings that we have for the shape builder tool in the contextual menu above. So you can see the first setting that we have is the plus icon, which simply indicates that we can create a new shape simply by clicking and dragging in any collection of shapes. For example, we can click and drag and you can see that we have created a new shape like this, or we have merged or combined shapes. So this is what the plus icon does. It creates a new shape by merging or combining. So I'll undo it by holding down the command key and pressing on Z. The next icon we have is the minus icon. So as the icon suggests, it simply deletes a shape. And the next icon we have is create a new shape icon. When using the create new shape icon, it creates a new shape wherever we click on a particular area of a shape. So the other option we have is the drag method. And there are many options for drag method properties. However, we'll be using freehand one because it allows us to freely draw around the shape to create a new shape. The other option is line. It combines or forms new shape with the help of line. And the other is marquee. We can also delete or form a new shape by combining different shapes by using marquee or rectangle. So the other properties is cleanup and it has multiple options. So cleanup simply represents that whenever we have created a new shape, we are often left out with bits and pieces of other remaining shapes. So these options are the ones that we can choose according to which bits and pieces types do we want to clean up after we create a new shape. However, in this scenario, I'll choose none. So now let's create a new shape with the shape builder tool. So first of all, make sure that you have actively selected the plus icon since we are creating a new shape from the existing collection or combination of shapes. Now let's zoom in first of all. Hold down the command key and click on plus to zoom in like so. If you are using Windows, you can hold down the control key and click on plus to zoom in. Now let's create a new flower shape. So to create a new flower shape, I'll click and drag over the petals like so. And now you can see that we have a new petal formed. So similarly, I'll create other petal shape as well. And I'll be creating the new petal shape alternately by skipping this one So the other thing that you might have noticed is the blue patterns. So the blue patterns indicate the creation of new shape or the combination of shapes to create a new shape. So we can simply click and drag to create a new petal shape like so. Similarly, I'll repeat it for other petals as well, like so. So we have created a basic flower shape with the petals forming a new shape by combining it. So we have created the basic flower shape by combining different shapes into one whole flower. So similarly now let's create a new shape for the other remaining alternating petals as well by clicking here like so. And you can see that we are forming the other petals as well for the remaining alternating petals like so. So this is how we can combine multiple shapes to create a new shape by using Shape Builder tool. So now let's remove all the remaining shapes around. So to do that, all we can do is click on this particular minus icon or simply hold down the Option key. And as soon as we hold down the Option key, you can now see that we have a cross icon on our cursor. And the shape that we want to remove is highlighted with red now. So now we can simply click and drag like so to delete the remaining shapes. So click and drag. All right. So we have already removed the remaining shapes that we do not want. So in this way, we can create flowers or any form of logos or shapes by using a shape builder tool. So now the other thing is we can also give it a color to make it more attractive. So we can select individual alternating petals like so. However, the blend mode is still applying to this shape. So I'll click on this shape and navigate to our blend mode option and click on normal again. Next, I'll select other alternating petals like this. And after selecting the other alternating petals, we can also give it a fill color like so. I'll give it a color of maybe orange for now. And now let's choose the remaining alternating petals by holding down the Shift key and selecting all the other remaining alternating petals. And now we'll be giving color for it. So this is how you can use the Shape Builder tool to create many new shapes. If you find this video helpful, please click on the like button. And to get more tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.